I think the conferences are very important because it shows the membership what we are all about, and it helps them to understand a little bit more about the condition, sharing their journey with others who haven't probably started that journey yet, and really just bringing people together and just showing them that, you know, there is life after ichthyosis.
My daughter Tali is 15. She was diagnosed with Netherton syndrome when she was 5. It was quite a late diagnosis due to being misdiagnosed. And we just kind of got on with it as a family, you know, like, but ISG was the main thing for me. Just the there for support. Mandy is literally my lifesaver, like my go-to. We have a flare-up and I'm like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Mandy's on the phone, you know, like I can just message. And she just gives the best advice.
As far back as I can remember, I've come with my mum and my dad's. And I think we made every year up until about when I went to uni. And then obviously COVID hit, but I've not been to another event since before COVID. So this is the first one I've been to in a while. Being part of it means a lot. Knowing that there's other people there going through what I'm going through, but also now that I'm older, hopefully being able to help the younger ones through there, like the older ones did when I was at that age.
I think the biggest help that I got was from the ISG, which I was introduced to by my neighbour. So not even a doctor or any specialist consultant or anything, just my neighbour who had heard of it on Facebook and was like to my mum, maybe you should try out this organisation.
In the early days when Alfie was born and, you know, we just didn't know what to do at times, it was a lifeline at that point. You know, meeting other people, meeting other parents who could share advice, actually just seeing others who were growing up and we knew things were going to turn out okay for Alfie. I mean, that was really important to us because you think of the worst as a new parent, there's shock, you know, it's new. So it's been really important to us to share experiences, to meet other people, as Catherine said. And without that, you know, I think people can sometimes feel alone, and we mustn't, and we must know that there's others out there, talk to them and learn from them. And I think the education component is so important as well.
Doctors can only take you so far, you know, in terms of like use this cream, have this routine, but in terms of like your day-to-day practicalities, how do you get the grease out of your clothes and things like that, starting school, you know, how do you kind of manage that? I think that, you know, those kind of things only come from parents and carers and other people with ichthyosis as well.
So this event happens once a year and our objective is very much to allow families to get together and learn from each other. We also have medical advice that we bring to the table. We also allow the families to also share knowledge and ask questions that perhaps they may find difficult during their day-to-day activities and even the hospitals that they may attend. This is an opportunity for them to really open up and ask for advice. When you have other families here together as well, they may have ideas on how they support their child, maybe daily bathing, maybe how they support their child in clipping their nails, through to how they wash their child's hair. That is valuable insight, and when others have you know, solutions and ideas that perhaps others are struggling with, this is a place that it really gives you that opportunity to take away. I learn something new every day.
For families, it's a safety net. Like it's a resource. They can go and talk to people who have a shared experience. There's a resource, they can be pointed in the right direction, whether it's for physical health, mental health, even just somebody to talk to. It is fantastic, and it is organizations like these that really give people who need a lifeline, and so it is crucial. And I can't emphasize that enough. We think it's crucial for this community that you have a resource like this, and for the people who are involved in ISG, I take my hat off to them. They do fantastic work.
The Ichthyosis Support Group is phenomenally important, and we have a really close partnership which has been really sort of fruitful over the years. They provide such holistic support for people living with ichthyosis or people in their families with ichthyosis. They really take the broader view. So whereas I can deliver medical care, the ISG is there to offer advice, guidance on all sorts of different areas that can be affected, be that schooling, workforce, wider benefits, things like that. So that works really well.
Without them, I couldn't have done the research that we've done. They were absolutely crucial to provide the funding we needed to access the data, but also to help us design our study. So for example, we looked to see how many patients had inflamed joints or inflammatory arthritis, and we wouldn't have known to look for that without the support of the ISG. So from that point, they've been crucial. But also if I see a patient in clinic with ichthyosis who's struggling, I'll know that I can signpost them to the Ichthyosis Support Group, and they'll be able to get the support they need to help with that.
Learn more at www.ichthyosis.org.uk. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn.